So Yerov the Rebbe, special days of Bein HaMetzorim, the 3 weeks, to be Moisif, in union of Limud HaTorah and Tzedakah, as they say, Tzion b'Mishpat Yevov v'Shaveh b'Tzedakah. We have the honor today to have a Choshev in German, a Shliach in LaSalle, Rav Chaim Brand, will come and give us a halacha in halakhot הבחירה, and the shir tonight will be Leilu Nishmas Avraham bar Yonah. Rav Chaim, bevakasha. Also, everybody should give tzedakah. Didn't bring tzedakah, but
the Rambam begins halakhot הבחירה. The first halacha is mitzvah sasei la'aseh isbais laHashem muchal nis makrivim boy kerbonos וחיידים גבב שלוש פעמים בשנה שנאמר ועשו למקדש. It's a mitzvah to build a house for Hashem, to be ready, to be prepared, to bring korbanos, and over there you gather to celebrate 3 times a year. And we're learning this chiyuv, this halacha, this chiyuv of building a place for Hashem, a house for Hashem, from the pasuk v'hasu l'mikdash. Now, the Rambam does not bring the end of the pasuk, and the pasuk says v'hasu l'mikdash v'shochanti v'soicha, that the purpose of the Beis HaMikdash is the Ashras HaShechina, the dwelling of the Shechina in the Beis HaMikdash. As we know, it's a machlokes between the Rambam and the Ramban. What's the purpose of the Beis HaMikdash? Is the korbanos or the Ashras HaShechina? And the Rambam Paskin, as we said in the halacha, muchal liyus by makrivim korbanos, the ikar inyan of Beis HaMikdash is the place to bring korbanos, and the Ramban is learning through the end of the pasuk v'shachanti b'soicham be'ashras hashchina. The Rambam continues, v'kvar nisparish b'Torah mishkan she'asa Moshe Rabbeinu. In Torah shebiksav, it's already explained the Mishkan that Moshe did, but the Hoyal Lefishah was there, and it was just temporary for the time of the Eden being in the Mishkan, in the Midbar. As it says, Shanema kilivosem ad oto elam v'goymer elam nucha v'lanachlo, meaning since you did not settle yet in the place that you're supposed to know to soil, you only in the Midbar. So therefore, over there was the chiyuv of also the concept of also the Mikdash came out in the Mishkan that Moshe did as a temporary thing in the Midbar. Why? Because he did not reach the Ramanucha Baranachla. Later on, the Rambam continues halacha beis in Gimel about the time that the Eden came to Eretz Yisrael, and they went to Shiloh, Yenoiv, and Giva until they reached to the place in Yerushalayim, and over there they built the permanent Beis HaMikdash by time of Shlomo. If you look on in the pasuk ועשו לי מקדוש ושכנתי בסויכו, the pasuk says ועשו לי מקדוש. ועשו means the chiyuv, the ושכנתי בסויכו goes to Hashem. Hashem is the one that brings down the Shekhinah. But the Eden have to do ועשו לי. And that part of it, what ועשו לי mikdash. And that is the part the Rambam doesn't argue, that's the part that the Rambam also brings down the word mikdash. ועשו לי mikdash means that the Eden wasn't ועשו לי mikdash. We just think of it, about it in a simple, if you want to say that, in a on the surface understanding. ועשו means build, prepare the place, build the parts of the Beis HaMikdash, and yes, you, the Eden, just have to do the building. ועשו לי, but no, it says in the pasuk ועשו לי mikdash. The Eden have to do the mikdash. The Eden have to bring down the kedusha. The kedusha, the mikdash, is a part of ועשו לי. The ושכנתי, the dwelling of the Shekhinah, is b'dei Shamayim. But b'dei Adam, the part of mikdash, of making it a holy place, it's a part of the chiyuv, of the obligation of the Eden of ועשו לי. Meaning that the chalois of the kedusha in the Mishkan and in the Beis HaMikdash has to come, and it's coming through the Maaseh Bnei Yisrael, through what we are doing. Therefore, these different halachas, I don't think time will allow it now to go into the details of the halachas that are coming out regarding the halacha of where we see that the kedusha of the Beis HaMikdash coming into through the Maaseh Bnei Adam. But in short, the Rebbe brings that the Rambam later on in the halachas brings that Hakol Chayovim Livnis Ulesayid Be'atzmon Belomoinom for the Beis HaMikdash Anoshim Venoshim Kemikdash HaMidbar. Everyone is obligated to give a hand in building the Beis HaMikdash. But then there's different restrictions. We know ladies do not build the Beis HaMikdash. Ein mevatlin Talmud Torah mipnei bin al Beis HaMikdash. The Rebbe points out that the ein mevatlin Talmud Torah is not only because of the kids, because of the kids cannot be mevatel Talmud Torah. A part of the kedusha from the Beis HaMikdash requires the limud Torah from Tashbar, and there should not be bottle for being al Beis HaMikdash. That's in short to see the concept of the building itself of the Beis HaMikdash requires different kedusha. Now, if the Hasiyah, what does it mean? That the Hasiyah of the kedusha has to come through the Eden themselves. It says in Sifri that you have to go build the Beis HaMikdash. What should you do? You should just wait for instructions and go build till the Navi comes to you and tells you go build the Beis HaMikdash. As we know, in the Yecheskel, the whole book of Yecheskel is Hagid Livnei Yisrael, go and tell them, go build the Beis Hamikdash. The Sifri brings no, it says, L'shichno tidrishu uvosa shamu. In order to do the L'shichnu, the Ashras Shechina of in the Beis Hamikdash, you have to do a tidrishu. Droish umoitze, you have to look into it, how to build the Beis Hamikdash. When you will do your part, then the Navi will tell you exactly how to do it. But you have to do the part of the Drisha, how to build the Beis Hamikdash. As we see by David HaMelech and Shloimeh, although David says that everything that is prepared for the Beis Hamikdash was Akol Biksav Miyad Hashem Alai Yiskil, everything came to him from the Mailo. But nevertheless, Shloimeh, everything was by him. Miyad Hashem Alai Yiskil did not build the Beis Hamikdash. Who built the Beis Hamikdash? Shloimeh HaMelech. Why? Because he did not get the nevuah, and therefore he had to study and to be doiresh how to build the Beis Hamikdash. Why? Because the drisha how to build the Beis Hamikdash, how to get to it, has to come from Avodas Ha'adam. It's a part of the V'osu L'Mikdash. When you do your part, then Hashem, then it's a kli to get the guidance and to bring down the Beis Hamikdash, how to do it, and then the Ashuras Hashchina. We know that Gadol hi ekvod habayis hazeh ha'achron min harishon. First it goes, and the second Beis Hamikdash. And the second Beis Hamikdash was greater than the first Beis Hamikdash. A part of it is, we see then the difference also between the guidance and the instructions that the Eden had in the first Beis Hamikdash, then the second Beis Hamikdash. First Beis Hamikdash did not require so much Drisha v'Chkira. It was, as we said, by David HaMelech, Akol Miyad Hashem Alai Yiskil. They were guided already how to build it. By time of Sheni, as we know, the Rambam brings that they build it a little bit the way it was in Bayis Rishon. A little bit what they figure out, they figured out what from the Nevuah of Yecheskel, how to build it. They need a bigger Drisha v'Chakira how to build the Beis Hamikdash in Bayis Sheni. It was more Ma'aseh Bnei Adam. It was more involvement of the Tachton in the Drisha how to build the Beis Hamikdash, and therefore it was Gadol kvod habayis hazeh ha'achron min harishon, because the Drisha, the searching how to build the Beis Hamikdash, the involvement of the Tachton was much more than in the Bayis Rishon. But we know that unfortunately the two Bati Mikdash HaRishonim were Choresh, and it says in Zohar why is the first Bati Mikdash was Nechrav, because there was Binyan de Barnash, and the third Beis Hamikdash that Gadol hi ekvod habayis hazeh ha'achron min harishon from the third Beis Hamikdash is even greater than the Gadol hi ekvod habayis hazeh ha'achron min harishon from the second Beis Hamikdash. Zohar said, why is it not going to be Nechrav? Because it's Binyan de Kudsha Brichu. If we just explain that the all greatness and the Kedusha of the Beis Hamikdash have to come from the Tachton, from Pinyon the Barnash. So how could it be that whether it was more Pinyon the Barnash, whether it was Lechura more Gdusha in the Beis HaMikdash, that was Chorah. But it was missing the Pinyon the Barnash, the Pinyon the Kutshabrichu, then we say, oh, that's going to stay forever. How could it be? So, when is the pastures, the reason for it is, why does Ma'aseh Bnei Adam is not Nitzchim? Because a person is not Nitzchi. A person is not Nitzchi, and therefore is Ma'aseh Bnei Adam is not Nitzchi, and the Binyan Beis HaMikdash was not Nitzchi. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is Nitzchi, and his Binyan is Nitzchi. We know that the Binyan Beis HaMikdash comes, the Binyan Beis HaMikdash HaShlishi comes through a Ma'aseinu v'Avedeseinu b'zman HaGolus. The difference between Ma'aseinu v'Avedeseinu b'zman HaGolus to the Zman HaBayis is that the Zman HaBayis was Gilui Elokus, and Avodas Hashem was more mitzad ha'adam, mitzad Avona v'Asaga. A person understood and felt Elokus and Torah mitzvahs, and therefore the Avodas ha'adam was much more his Avodah. Mashiach in the time of Galus, in the time of Xeris, or even Baruch Hashem in our time, it's not time for Xeris, it's time, but it's still Avodah is much more B'Kabbalah soil. So our Avodah, Ma'aseinu v'Avedeseinu b'zman HaGolus, that's what built the Beis HaMikdash, that's what brings the Beis HaMikdash, is not so much Avodas Adam, it's Avodas Adam b'Kabbalah soil, it's more Avodas Adam. But what do we see? If someone serves Hashem b'Kabbalah soil, it's not the person, it's Hashem. It's more bitul Adam. It's Kabbalah soil, it's more bitul Adam. Therefore, yes, it's the also the Mikdash of the Binyan HaShlishi is our Avodah, but it's our Avodah in time of Galus, but it's Kabbalah's oil. Kabbalah's oil is more Hashem than the person. Therefore, the Beis HaMikdash that are going to be built from our Ma'aseinu Avedaseinu is more Binyan the Kutshabrichu, and if we Binyan the Kutshabrichu, it's a Nitzchi, and we're going to be standing L'Olam Voed Meir Abu
Chaim, I want to just use this opportunity to please, if anybody has a Siyum Mesechtev that we're going to need for the 9 days until to Chamishos or Be'ov, so please come up to one of the Gaboim, and if Gaboim are not available, you can even come to me. Shkoyach.